In a snowstorm, some horses get scared by a mysterious creature. Then, this creature, which sounds like it's breathing really hard, goes into a nearby barn and wakes up the sheep. Ingvar and Maria, a couple without children, reside in the mountains of Iceland. They lead a simple and peaceful life, looking after sheep and cultivating the land for family vegetables. The remote location keeps them isolated, so they spend their days together, either in each other's company or tending to household chores. One evening, while Maria is counting their sheep to see how many are in the barn, she notices the count is better than last year. However, Ingvar isn't keen on growing the herd further, as they don't have any expenses or needs that require spending more money. During a work conversation, Maria mentions to Ingvar that the tractor is acting up again. He suggests they should get it fixed before the plantation season. Things take an unusual turn when one of the sheep gives birth to a hybrid lamb, half sheep, half human. Recognizing its human characteristics, Maria brings the lamb inside the house, and both of them begin caring for her. Since Ingvar and Maria don't have any kids, they pour their love into the lamb, naming her Ada. Ingvar goes a step further by getting a baby cart for Ada, placing it in their bedroom so she can always be with them. Despite Ada being embraced as a family member, her biological mother keeps trying to contact her, but they choose not to respond. Observing Maria treating Ada like a child, Ingvar becomes upset and secretly sheds tears over the disappointment of not having their own child. He conceals his sadness from Maria, not wanting to cause her any pain. While Ingvar is working on the tractor, his dog draws his attention to something odd in the field, but they can't quite figure out what it is. Meanwhile, Ada's mother continues to appear outside the house, searching for her child. However, Maria consistently sends her away, with Ada watching the encounters. One morning, as Maria heads to work in the fields, and Ingvar looks after Ada, he unintentionally leaves the house door open before heading to work in the shed. Upon returning to the house, Maria inquires about Ada. Ingvar informs her that he put Ada to sleep before stepping outside. When Maria checks on Ada, she discovers that she is not in the bedroom. Realizing Ada is missing from the house, they become concerned. Ingvar reassures Maria that he will locate her soon. Despite searching the area, they are unable to find Ada anywhere. Returning home with a sense of hopelessness, Maria hears the sheep from the barn. She rushes over and discovers Ada sleeping beside her mother. Swiftly, they retrieve Ada from the sheep and cover her to protect her from the freezing cold. As they bring her back inside the house, the mother sheep starts following them, but Maria once again sends her away. After returning inside and placing Ada in bed, both Maria and Ingvar finally breathe sighs of relief, knowing their daughter is now safe with them. Over time, Ada becomes an integral part of the family, particularly for Maria, who can't imagine life without her, and spends a significant amount of time with her. During her night time, Maria is haunted by nightmares about the sheep, fearing they might take Ada away. Concerned for Ada's safety, she devises a plan to eliminate the perceived threat. In the quiet of the night, while Ingvar and Ada are asleep, Maria steps outside the house and shoots Ada's mother. Unaware that Ingvar's brother Peter, who has just arrived, witnessed the entire incident, Maria buries the sheep. As Peter spends the night in the barn, he glimpses a human-sheep hybrid, but dismisses it as a dream, as it quickly vanishes. The following morning, Peter wakes up and reunites with Ingvar, who is delighted to see him back after a long absence. Ingvar takes Petur outside and asks Maria to prepare breakfast for their guest. Seated around the dining table, Ada, who has now grown up, appears at the door, and Maria introduces her to Peter. He becomes slightly upset upon seeing her but keeps his feelings to himself. While Ada and Maria spend time together, and Ingvar works on painting the house, Peter returns inside and observes them playing. When Ingvar joins them, Peter expresses his dissatisfaction with Ada, but Ingvar dismisses his opinion, considering Ada the source of their happiness. During the night, as Maria brings Ada to bid goodnight to both him and Ingvar, Peter once again attempts to discuss keeping Ada with Ingvar. However, Ingvar cuts him off, expressing his reluctance to talk about the matter. Despite offering Petur the freedom to stay as long as he wishes, Ingvar makes it clear that interference in their personal lives is not welcome. Unhappy with Petur's attitude, Maria discusses his stay with Ingvar. Ingvar acknowledges that Petur might stay for a while, as he often seeks refuge from people he owes money to. The next morning, while planting potatoes in the field, The dog keeps an eye on Ada, but she manages to scare him away. During a work break, Peter attempts to make move toward Maria, but she firmly rejects him. Once again, Peter insists that they've brought an animal into the home, but Maria doesn't pay much attention to his concerns, considering him unrelated to their family matters. The following morning, Ingvar wakes Petur to help clean the shed. While sorting through things, Petur finds his old drums and starts playing them with excitement. Ada enjoys the music, but Petur becomes annoyed by her. He tries to mock her by imitating how a lamb eats, but Ingvar intervenes, scolding him for teasing her in such a manner. On one night as they sleep, Petur secretly takes Ada for a morning walk with the intention of harming her. However, upon seeing her innocent face, he has a change of heart and decides against it. Shortly afterward, Maria wakes up and discovers Ada missing from her cart. Worried, she searches around the house, but finds Ada sleeping in Petur's arms, realizing that he has finally accepted her. In response, Maria visits the cemetery, disclosing that she and Ingvar had a daughter named Ada, and they named the lamb after her. While reading stories to Ada, Ingvar reminisces about his deceased daughter and the pain he felt after losing her. Maria comforts him and helps to ease his emotions. Peter becomes close to Ada and often takes her outside with him. Ingvar and Maria feel happy and relieved to see the two of them finally bonding. While fishing with Ada, Peter shares stories about his and Ingvar's childhood. On their way back home, the tractor breaks down in the middle of the road. Unable to identify the issue, Peter leaves it there and walks back home with Ada. After dinner, they all watch a game together, but frustration sets in as the team loses. To lift the spirits, Maria plays an old music video of Peter, changing the mood as they start dancing. Amidst the enjoyment, Ada leaves the house and spots her biological father. Shocked to see that she resembles him and not Maria or Ingvar, Ada is taken aback. Back at the house, Ingvar gets drunk and falls to the floor. Peter takes him to bed, where Ada joins him. Although he quickly falls asleep, Ada can't stop thinking about what she saw outside the house. Meanwhile, Peter returns to the kitchen and attempts to flirt with Maria again, but she puts a stop to it. Unfazed by his move, she ignores him. In an attempt to manipulate the situation, Peter threatens to tell Ada that she killed her mother. Hearing this, Maria pretends to have fallen into his trap and locks him in the closet. He continues to call and bang on the door, but Maria ignores his pleas to open it. The next morning, she wakes him up and tells him to leave the house. As she drives him away, Ingvar wakes up and searches for them around the house, with Ada assisting him with breakfast. After dropping Petur at the bus stop, Maria informs him that Ada is a gift, helping them start anew. Despite his troubling behavior, she provides him with money for expenses and bids him farewell as he boards the bus to leave town. Meanwhile, Ingvar takes Ada to fix the tractor and talks to her about finding her way home if she ever gets lost. Unable to resolve the issue, they walk back home together. Maria happily returns, thinking they can finally live in peace with Ada. However, upon coming back, she can't find Ingvar and Ada around the house. Soon she hears a gunshot and rushes to check on Ingvar. Unfortunately, the hybrid creature, which has already killed her dog, shoots Ingvar in the neck in front of Ada. Ada lies beside him, but he grabs her hand and pulls her away. Even though she doesn't want to leave him alone, she continues to look back at him with teary eyes as her biological father takes her away. Ingvar can only watch in distress, unable to do anything. Shortly after, Maria finds Ingvar severely injured and cradles him, but he dies in her arms. Overwhelmed with grief, Maria cries and closes her eyes in despair. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Turn on notifications and leave a like to support the channel.